August 14th. 10 years ago, I left the only city I have ever lived in, my hometown in southern Brazil. And I moved to Vancouver, Canada. I was excited, everything was new. New sights, new sounds, new smells, new flavors, new sensations. In my first year living here, I was enjoying the city, but my main focus was to learn English and complete my business administration course so I could get a job. In 2017, I finally graduated. And I thought, now my life here will really take off. The second year was supposed to be when things started falling into place. I would start working and build a normal life. Well, that's not exactly what happened. In the second year, I realized my English wasn't as good as I thought it would be. And that really took a toll on my confidence. I felt like I had no identity. It was really hard to get a job in here. I applied to 100 jobs and was called for very few interviews and got rejected every time. My previous work experience didn't count in here, so I accepted the first and only job offer I got. But soon I found out it was not a good fit for me. Vancouver has one of the mildest winters in Canada. While most of the country is buried in snow, here we enjoy positive temperatures. But that comes with a price. Rain, gray skies, short dark days. And those gray days can cause you something called winter blues, which is a feeling of sadness and lack of motivation during these months. It was around this time I started getting sick all the time, and I felt constantly exhausted, like something was off. Then strange symptoms started showing up. My heart would randomly race for no reason, my muscles kept twitching, and I wake up in the middle of the night feeling ice cold or with my heart pounding. I felt so sad all the time. Most days I would end up crying on my way home from work. It was a beautiful contradiction. I was struggling so much to find my new self in this new life, sometimes questioning my decisions, But at the same time, I was so excited to be living in this incredible, beautiful city. I was experiencing new ways of thinking, discovering new possibilities, and seeing so much natural beauty. I didn't know it at the time, but I was dealing with an anxiety disorder. Looking back, it was probably the result of a lifetime of stress slowly building up until my body just couldn't take it anymore. It took me a while and many visits to the doctor to finally realize I was having severe anxiety. That was the moment I sat down with myself and revisited all my values. I realized that if I kept trying to hold on to my old self in this new reality, I would keep suffering. But if I could adapt, I might start to get better. That's when I woke up. The rain became one of my favorite things. I love the stillness of a rainy day and the soft light of gray skies. It's beautiful once you learn to see it. In the third year, I finally started living the life I was meant to live. It's not at all the life I imagined I would have when I left my home country, but it's a good life. Vancouver is the perfect city for those who crave a balance between nature and the urban life. It sits between the ocean and the mountains. When I arrived, I was a city girl. I didn't know Vancouver was all about the outdoors. Everyone seemed so healthy, biking, hiking, kayaking, swimming, running, living. At first, that wasn't me, but somewhere along the way, nature pulled me in. And before I realized it, I was camping and hiking. Two words that never existed in my previous life. Photography helped me to cope with my anxiety symptoms. It gave me something to look forward to after a boring day at work. I knew that after 5 p.m., I would be free to pick up my camera and walk around the city taking photos. We went on so many weekend trips just to photograph places. Sometimes we'd just drive without a clear destination, just wandering and stopping whenever we saw something beautiful. And during that journey of discovery, I found peace in observing nature. No racing thoughts, no self-doubt, just being in the moment. I was finally living the dream, traveling around this huge, beautiful country, coming across places that I felt a deep connection. Canada's nature is so stunning, it's hard to ignore. I fell in love with the mountains, the beaches, the forests, the skies, and the wildlife. I've seen so many things I never imagined I would see in my entire life. Although I'm grateful to my old self who was fearless and curious and brought me here to Canada, sometimes I look back at her and I barely recognize who I used to be. I have changed and I am at peace with who I am now. I don't want to romanticize my immigration story because the truth is, it was really hard, like really hard. There was a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. But as humans, we try to find meaning in what we go through. And I believe this country broke me, but it also gave me the chance to rebuild myself. Kind of like kintsugi, the traditional Japanese art where broken pottery is repaired with gold. The cracks aren't hidden, they are embraced. The breaks become part of the story, and the piece becomes even more beautiful because of them. So, this is a thank you. Thank you to Canada for challenging me, changing me, and showing me my place in the vastness of this universe.